You got a corpse? Need it revived? You're in the right place. Hello and welcome to Intoxicated Masculinity. If it's Wednesday, we got another cocktail video coming at you today. Today we're going to do a 2-for-1, and we're going to do the Corpse Reviver 1 and the Corpse Reviver 2. The Corpse Reviver name for a cocktail was used as early as 1860. It's essentially used as a hangover cure, and the recipes sort of varied for many years. We, however, are going to talk to our old friend Harry Craddock. Well, not talk to him. He's very, very dead. We're going to read his book and read his recipes. He has two Corpse Revivers, which are very, very different cocktails. We're going to try both of them and see which one we think is a better cure for a hangover or better at giving you a hangover. So, now that we know a little bit about Harry Craddock and the Corpse Reviver, let's make both of them, see which one we like better. And poof, booze. So like a lot of the older cocktails, the recipe for this has changed a little bit over time. I'm going sort of spiritually with what I think Harry Craddock was probably going to be doing. Now he lists brandy in the Savoy cocktail book. Most of the people that are making this cocktail now seem to think that he is talking about a VSOP cognac. So we're going to go with our Courvoisier. Cognac is a type of brandy, so it's not wrong, it's just more specific. So we're going to start off with 2 parts, or in this case 2 ounces of our VSOP cognac. I'm going to be interested in this cocktail. I've not tried this one before. And we're putting in another ounce of another kind of brandy, which is apple brandy. Now, the only thing I have on hand is Laird's Bottled and Bond Applejack. So, this is not going to be a light cocktail. Alright, we're going to do 1 ounce of our Laird's Applejack. And it calls for 1 ounce of Italian vermouth. So we're going to go with our old friend Carpano Antica. And we're just going to go for 1 ounce of that. As always, we've got our shaker already filled up with ice. Toss it in there. We're going to give it a good 10-15 second shake. Shaker open. Now I would put this in a coupe glass, but it asked for a martini, so we're going to go ahead and use a martini glass. Now when it comes to your glassware for your cocktails, really whatever you want to put it in is just fine. If you want to put this in a plastic come and go cup, then you're going to be more than happy doing that. For my listeners outside of Iowa, Come and Go is a gas station here, and yes, lots of people make jokes about its name. And there we have our Corpse Reviver 1. We're going to set that just to the side. Now, let's make the second version, the Corpse Reviver 2, which is actually the more popular of the 2 cocktails. And poof, we're back with different booze. So this cocktail is going to be very reminiscent of another important cocktail, which we will talk about at some point, which is the last word. So these cocktails are going to be 4 equal parts cocktails. They typically call for 3/4 of an ounce of each ingredient. Since I am a cocktail enthusiast, you might say, I usually just use an ounce. It's just as easy, except we are going to add 1 other ingredient. So we're going to start off with 1 ounce of our London Dry Gin. We're going to use our Opahir, however that's pronounced. So 1 ounce in the shaker. Going to bring our citrus with 1 ounce of our lemon juice. Now, this is where the drinks can kind of diverge. I'm going to use a Lillet Blanc. There is the original cocktail called for Ounce Lillet, which is no longer available. Some people say that you should be using a Coca Americano. I wasn't able to locate that, so we're just going to use our Lillet Blanc. And again, 1 ounce. Into the shaker. a little more citrus. And we're gonna have our orange liqueur. The cocktail calls for Cointreau. You could use Cointreau, you could use dry Curacao. I'm using Salerno here. They're all going to be very, very similar. You can kind of taste between them. We might do a tasting of orange liqueurs at some point, just see which one we like the best. I think Salerno works great, so that's what I'm going to use in this cocktail. So, 1 ounce of our orange liqueur. And finally, it's calling for a dash of absinthe. So we're just going to, now there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could just put this in the glass and do a rinse. I'm just gonna put it right in the shaker. So I'm just gonna give it about 3 sprays, 3 spritzes. And definitely get that anise. So we got a cocktail shaker filled with ice. Go ahead and dump that in. Slap it together real good. We're going to shake this for about 10 or 15 seconds. And pull that apart. Get another chilled martini glass. Just going to double strain that. As you can see, it's sort of interesting that these are both called Cork Survivor cocktails. It really goes to show that the Cork Survivor in this case is sort of more a type of cocktail and not like 2 cocktails that are very similar but with slightly different ingredients. These are very, very different cocktails. All right. So there we have our Cork Survivor 2. Now, try these side by side. In his notes, Harry Craddock talks about these cocktails, and he has a little note for each one. The Cork Survivor 1 is to be taken before 11 a.m. or whenever steam and energy are needed. And to be honest, when is steam and energy not needed? Okay, it's interesting to have this as a hangover cure because it seems like this could be a hangover starter. It's good. It's obviously very brandy forward. You've got your sweet vermouth, sweetening it a little bit, not very much. I mean, it's a very spirit forward, fruity, strong cocktail. I think that this would probably be, as we're sort of getting into the fall, I think this is a nice fall cocktail. Because it's strong, it's sort of got very fruit forward notes. It's definitely not what I would call a summer cocktail. Now let's try our Cork Survivor 2, which Harry Craddock said 4 of these taken in swift succession will unrevive the corpse again. And so I will not be taking 4 in rapid succession. As cocktails go, I think this one's pretty far superior. This is also the more popular of the 2 cocktails. You get a lot of citrus. The Lillet Blanc is lightening up. You get your herbs from your London Dry. It's just kind of a nice, fun cocktail. This I could really see being a nice summer cocktail or maybe like a spring cocktail. It's not particularly spirit forward. You could have a few of these. You probably wouldn't want to have too many of these. I mean, you know, unless it's late and you feel like having too many of these. So yeah, I think I would say they're both good. I think the Cork Survivor 2 definitely has my vote as the better cocktail. If you're feeling like you need to get warmed up on a fall evening, then maybe the Cork Survivor 1 is better for you. So that's our Cork Survivors. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I want everybody to have a good drink and have a good day. I'm waiting because Vanessa's walking in and you'll see her in the mirror, so I have to wait till she's standing over there. Okay, she's standing over there now.